Welcome to Blackbriar Gaming. It is here. We have it. We have Legions Imperialis. It is coming. We now know when. It is going up for pre-order next weekend, 2-week window. It'll drop. I believe that's what. Well, let's open up the little calendar down here. That'll just pop up kind of for you. Let's see. Goes up on the 17th. It'll come out on the 2nd of December. So there we go. I was kind of right. I was kind of wrong. They have snuck it into 2024, which is found in 2023. For some reason, I just can't get the years right. They've snuck it into 2023, not 2024, definitely not 2025. And we have the game coming, kind of. It's coming for some, not for all. And we'll talk about that at the end. So here we go. Huge week for tiny troops. Legions Imperialis begins its 2-week pre-order alongside a massive number of miniatures from infantry and aircraft to titans and terrain. A lot of people are going to be really happy with the way they're structuring this order. So let's get on down. We have a bit of a video about what's happening in the week, and then we get straight into it. So there is the core box. Fantastic. A bunch of extra little tokens for the orders there that I wasn't particularly expecting. But let's see. Launch right into epic scale battles that define the Horus Heresy with the Imperialis box set, giving you the complete mass battle experience in one easy package. This set includes 2 armies split between the Legiones Astartes and Solar Auxilia. Interesting that they're calling them 2 armies, with scores of infantry, squadrons of armored vehicles, and even a pair of Warhound Titans. So they're implying that one person takes the Astartes here, one person can take the Solar, split between you, each get a Warhound, and play some games. Obviously very small battles, but they obviously think it can be played at that smaller point level, which is nice. Imperialis zooms right out to portray some of the largest, fiercest battles to shake the Age of Darkness in truly mind-boggling scale. And a fantastic hobby project for avid painters looking to turn their skills to dozens of small yet incredibly detailed miniatures. I've thoroughly enjoyed painting my tiny miniatures as I've been testing with 3D models. So yeah, love it. Get into it. Let's see, 223 miniatures, crazy. 61 individual models, awesome. Dice, tokens, templates, and the red measuring sticks. We got little whippy sticks. Look at them, they're adorable. I think someone was saying these are only 12-inch whippy sticks, although by the looks of it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, they look to be 18. Your classic 18-inch whippy sticks. Just make sure you don't take out an eye. Let's see, you also get full unabridged rulebook, unabridged, for Legions Imperialis, containing the core rules, scenarios, unit profiles for the armies, extensive background information, we're getting some lore, that's nice, about the biggest battles in the heresy, interesting, and galleries of glorious miniatures. And see that little asterisk? We'll get to that little asterisk a little later on. That little guy? Don't worry about that little guy. Don't worry unless you're in a certain part of the world. Now, we've got the rulebook here. It's coming separately if you're that way inclined, and I think a lot of people will be. I think a lot of people will just grab the rulebook for this, source the miniatures in other creative and interesting ways, or if they already have epic armies. But either way, that's dropping right away, which is fantastic. Available separately, both hardback and digital EPUB formats, for those who want to build their armies a la carte. Very nice. Containing all the same rules, background lore, and miniatures. Yep, it's the same rulebook that you're getting in the box set. The Legiones Astartes are indisputably the most famous of the forces fighting in the Age of Darkness. At the center of every pivotal event and important battle, to field an army of Space Marines in Imperialis is to choose the path of the Emperor himself or the arch-traitor Horus, should the flames of rebellion smolder within your foul hearts. Gets you just tingling early in the morning. Early in the morning in Australia, at least. Alright, here we have it. This is an interesting way of releasing the Space Marines. So they've gone with pretty much what you get in the box, sans the vehicles here. We've got all the infantry and the dreadnoughts that you're getting from the box. I thought they were going to do this a little differently in the way they released the infantry. It'll be interesting then to see how we get other heavy support and tactical support weapon options, whether it's a separate sprue, but I don't know, are those miniatures one piece or are they multiple? Because if they're only one piece, a separate sprue is not going to help us. So it may be that future troop boxes for the Space Marines come with, let's say, some breaches, some recon squads, and then a melter gun tactical support unit and a las cannon heavy support squad is how they do it in the future. So they bring the different weapon options in with different troop options. But we'll wait and see. Either way, this is a nifty little box, and good to see so much going into these boxes as well. I'll get to that a little in a minute. But essentially, if you're paying, let's say, $80 to $100 dues for this box, it doesn't feel too terrible with the amount that they're packing in there. All right, build the core, and the price is that's the big thing we're all worried about here. So, interesting. Build the core of a flexible Space Marine army with the infantry set, collecting 8 squads of tactical legionaries, 4 contempted dreadnoughts, and an assortment of supporting troops into one convenient package. And there's that little asterisk again. Every element of a classic Space Marine infantry force is here: Terminators, support gunners, assault squads, and with 2 Legion command squads to lead them. The only way you can make a better start on your Legiones Astartes army would be to get 2. They're not wrong. And I think a lot of people will pick up this box to go with the starter set to bulk out their force right from the start from a infantry perspective. I mean, they really have no choice. I dare say most people will be looking at that. Next up is the Kratos, and it comes in a box of 4, which is surprising and a welcome consideration. They could have easily released these in squads of 2, I think, and we'll see that they have done that with the solar vehicles in a second. But squads of 4 is nice. Once again, if you're paying $80 to $100 for 4 Kratos, doesn't feel too terrible. These little miniatures are pretty bulky, right? And when you think about people paying $60 for a for a 40k independent character, it doesn't give me that instant bad feeling. Now, do we know these are going to be $80 to $100? We do not. We will find out next week. I expect another video then. Space Marines are formidable soldiers indeed, but you need more than just massed infantry to carry the day. That's where the Kratos Heavy Tank Squadron comes in. You get 4 in a box, each tank bristling with sponson and hull guns, and with a choice of a Kratos battle cannon or melter blast gun for the turret. So we don't get the Volkite option, which is disappointing for these. Maybe that'll come in the future. Maybe it won't come at all. So they're limiting the options, it seems. They're not putting them all in at once, which is a strange consideration, seeing as it's such a tiny little extra piece to throw in there to round out the unit. But maybe in Imperialis, not all units have the 28mm weapon options. We'll have to wait and see. Next is the Rhinos. So I thought Rhinos were going to come in units of 6, but here boxes of 6 for sales purpose. But here we can see a box of 10. Once again, really nice. $80 to $100 for a box of 10. Not as terrible as a box of 6. So, and that's the way they were going to do it, right? They have to go big with these boxes because a lot of the cost is in the shipping, it's in the packaging, so the design in the first place. So putting more little tiny tanks in these boxes is the way to go and will make collecting it so much easier. With such large battlefields to fight over, stop that internet page. Transporting your troops around is a must, and nothing does it better than a Rhino. A pack of 10 plastic Rhinos gives you a massive tactical advantage over a foot-slogging foe, and they'll get to their destination safe and sound, well flanked by 4 powerful Kratos tanks. I bet they will. So detailed, they could be mistaken for their full-size counterparts. Sure, Games Workshop. Lovely. Love these tanks. Love what's going on here. We can see some different options. You obviously can choose to go with the dozer blades or not. We've got the missile launcher. What's that called? It's escaped me. Havoc. Is it the Havoc launcher? I think so. On the top there that you can swap out instead of the bolters. So there we go. They're adorable. Love those. We'll be getting some. Moving down. Thunderhawk. So I think a lot of people are going to be happy to see this. I certainly am. I'm painting up a 3D printed Thunderhawk at the moment just to test my painting skills. It will not go on the table because it does not look like this. This is just stunning. It's a stunning miniature. It's huge. Can't wait to get it. And you cannot find it right now. So releasing this up front and some of these other miniatures that are very hard to get at the moment up front is a nice piece. So, aircraft are a potent force in the skies of the 31st millennium, and the iconic Thunderhawk gunship is back from Aeronautica Imperialis to its new home in Legions Imperialis, giving this excellent kit a new release on life. They come with new bases for the new game, but you'll still be able to use them in games of Aeronautica, which will still be supported as a game set in the Age of Darkness. So, very heresy specific for Aeronautica, but the game technically is still around, just not in the way you knew it. I'm very excited about this Thunderhawk. It'll be interesting to see what the markup is as they re-release this. Geez, it'd be nice if there wasn't one. Wait and see for that one. We'll find out, once again, only in a week when it goes up for pre-order. So there we go, Thunderhawk. I will be grabbing one of those as well to go with the other flyers that I've been collecting. Moving down, we get to the solar. So, look, I won't read all of it out. There's so much to this article. But this is essentially everything sans the tanks for the solar. Great kit. If you're running a solar army, you're going to be grabbing one of these to go with the core box, I dare say. Or if you don't just want to grab the rulebook and not the core box, you'll be grabbing one of these as well. There we have the Baneblade. So these do come in packs of 2, a bit bigger than the Kratos, I dare say. So they're coming in packs of 2. So we can expect super heavies going forward, your Typhons, your Cerberus, your Baneblades, your Stormhammers, your Hellhammers. Well, these are Hellhammers, aren't they? All of these super heavies that will be coming, the Glaives, the Falcons, they'll be coming in kits of 2, whereas the heavy tanks, just before these, kits of 4, and it seems if it's Rhino sized, maybe kits of 10. It'll be interesting to see if Predators come in kits of 10. We'll wait and see. But here we go. In addition to the different main guns, each has 3 possible tank commanders. That's really cool. 3 different types of tank commanders. It's amazing. And 3 different sponsor options. You can field them in detachments of up to 6 vehicles. That seems obnoxious. Here we go. Whole re-release of the solar flight options. Lots of different planes. You've got the Lightning Fighter, the Marauder Bomber, the Marauder Destroyer. What else? Marauder Colossus. That's interesting. Oh, that's because Forge World Resin aircraft are making their way back to shelves. That's pretty cool. And the Scanning Marauder Pathfinder, as well as much loved Arvis lighters. These are adorable, those little lighters. I do love them. All right, so there we go. Bulk planes coming back for the solar. Then we get into Titans and Knights. So Knights are re-releasing, as are Titans, which is fantastic. Not the whole range, unless I'm mistaken, to start with, but they're getting a bunch out there so people can start getting these again, both for Imperialis and for Titanicus, which I know is very frustrating for a lot of players out there that haven't been able to buy a lot of these things for quite some time. I won't read deep into these, but as you can see, we've got Forge World Knights coming back, we've got Plastic Knights coming back, all of it is coming back for to be able to buy and purchase. Coming down to the terrain and accessories, it doesn't look like they're going to release all the terrain in upfront in next week's pre-order. They're starting with the Road Tiles and the Ruin set. Both are modular and designed to work alongside other Civitas Imperialis sets, which we will have to wait to get our hands on, turning your games of Legions Imperialis from rough scuffles on bare tables to exciting war stories set amidst thematic immersive environments. Lovely. Want to get loads of terrain in one convenient box? The Administratum Sector collects a variety of modular Titanicus terrain kits, which will return in due course as part of the Imperialis range. You'll find 4 Civitas Imperialis building sets, that's huge, and 1 Imperialis Spires for you to build up a densely populated cityscape. So it says it's coming in due course, so we shouldn't expect that soon, but it does sound like they're going to release a very big terrain kit for this game, which is great. Then we have some army cards. Great. Having the unit stats available on hand is fantastic. I'm a big fan of that and the way other games do it. So it'll be great to get those army cards. And we don't really have that in a Horus Heresy way yet. So that's nice. They're going down that direction. Let's see. Then they come with a bunch of bases. Great. All right. So it'll be interesting to see how many of these we get in the kits. But great that the flying ones are in there in particular. That will be handy for myself, who needs to convert the Aeronautica flies over. But all kinds of things here for the different Titan bases, so you can rebase your Titans down to the 40 mil. What's the 40 mil for? Probably Knights, I dare say. Yeah, nice. These are great. These are really nice. It'd be nice if there was a bit of variation between them. I dare say all of those flight bases will be identical. I guess you just turn your fly around and give some different perspective on the angle that it is, or cover it with some other basing materials if you're that way inclined. Moving on, they're also separately releasing the Aeronautica bases, so it looks like maybe those won't be coming stock standard in the new fly kits. You'll have to buy them separately if you want to play that kind of game. And lastly, a new Carta Galactica map is a great piece for your wargaming room, showing the Imperium of Man's domains at the time of the Horus Heresy, from Ultramar to the east of Terra and beyond. I quite like that. That's quite nice. I'm a bit of a sucker for maps. And look, this article goes on to talk about a bunch of stuff, like libraries, some sneaky old school Tyranids in there. Let's keep going, because there is a piece. I might even be looking at that Warhammer Plus piece just for a sneaky week. To check out the Imperialis stuff. It talks about painting, has a little battle report in there. But what I'm interested in is this little asterisk. Now, we saw this little asterisk against all products for next week. These products have all been delayed for a short time in Australia and New Zealand. That hurts. What a slap. What a slap to the face. Thanks, Games Workshop. Now, it's obviously the reason for this is because... That's my cat meowing in the background. Thanks, Neo. The reason for this is because they're getting this to us as soon as possible across the world, as much of the world as they can. This has obviously just been repacked, and they're shipping it as fast as possible to get it on this side of New Year's. And Australia, we're just a little further away, and we're a little harder to get things to. So that's why this has happened. It hurts. It really hurts. I'm especially going to be disappointed if I can't get my hands on the rules at the time that everyone else does. That's going to hurt the channel, and it will hurt my soul. So I'm gonna work out how I'm gonna do that so I can get content to you as fast as possible. But that is everything for today. We got it this side. We got it in 2023. It didn't quite make November, but they got it here just in time. So, good work, Games Workshop. We got there in the end. We will be getting this. There's a lot coming out to begin with. I think it's a great selection that they've chosen. And that's everything I wanted to speak to today. Please let me know in the comments which kits you will be thinking about getting your hands on soonest and what you're going to be buying upon release. Importantly, make sure to keep rolling those dice and getting hyped for Heresy.